Hi, this is Shirai. Going reiterating on Oliver Wendell Holmes, the most stringent protection of free speech would not protect a man falsely shouting fire in the theater or causing panic. The question in every case is whether the words used are used in such circumstances and are such a nature as to create a clear and present danger, that they will bring about substantial evil that Congress has a right to prevent. It is the question of proximity and the degree of that free speech. In other words, they're stating here, you have the right to say what you may feel, but there's degree that it could cause clear and present danger. The butterfly effect is based on conditions. Of the original condition was me and my son were targeted. Why, I still to this day don't know how they got our names and social security numbers. I noticed this surveillance back in 2004. However, they caused a clear and present danger. Someone distributed my personal information. They claiming that they're me. They get into the wrong hands of terrorist cells. You see, and they created all these derivatives based on original conditions of ID poachers selling my information. Not only did they cause a clear and present danger, they also caused a national security concern as well, substantial evil based on freedom of speech. So they want to demean me and monstertize me and then say that the person impersonating me is the correct one. And they're creating a clear and present danger, even though I have a rare blood type. And it is very, very interesting what they have done to cause all these problems. Now, say for instance, I never lost any of my state IDs or stolen, just my social security card. So what happens if someone gave someone a duplicate copy or they falsify or created um, fraudulent license and someone's driving in the street and a child is hit, that person is arrested under my ID. It won't be an outcry until someone is murdered on the street or ran over in a car that they will stop all this injustice with people's personal ID that's causing a clear and present danger that brings about substantial evil. So it's based on creating and facilitating a national ID under certain people's social security number, which they were trying to facilitate under mine. They, because I squawk, they don't like me speaking about this national ID. I'm being verbalized and abused way before I started YouTubing about it. That's the reason why I went on YouTube and started discussing it, because there is an issue. I don't want all these people piggybacking off my identity. Not only it creates increasing the national debt, it's causing they're basically murdering the original people and arresting original people just so they can cover up the abuse when people are here under the wrong identity. And I'm sure that's not what the Patriot Act intended or the uh, ID Act of 2005. ID Act is based on identification. And then you have this e-verification system going on. They basically demonizing the original so these people can be validated under this e-verify system. Whether they're criminals or immigrants, I don't know. All I know is that I'm being basically trying to keep me out of that e-verify system by not letting me get an apartment, not letting me have no place to live, and then trying to say and put fraudulent charges on me, which I send the appropriate authorities about it. The arrest never happened. I have documentation that proved that wasn't even listed. When I purchased my home, I have the credit report. It wasn't even listed there. This is back in 1998. How can they just pre-posting things on my account that shouldn't even be there? So this is what I'm trying to get the audience to understand, they shouting fire by demonizing me or character assassination of me in order to um, facilitate their narcissism. In other words, they're basically targeting me in order to lift people up instead of doing the appropriate things by going through the proper channel. This is the straight shot to the top. And you're using personal identity. Yes, I know I'm not the only one. I'm only the only one who investigated and found out what had happened. And people's like, oh, you're the one that squawked. You're the one that told. You damn right I told. You have no right to take something someone worked hard for, or their home, or their family. I mean, this national ID, the secret agenda is tearing this nation apart, literally, because they feel that they have the entitlement to what you have. They're talking about they don't want you to be selfish. The Social Security system was set up as number basically for tax purposes, but it's individually. They can go to the federal code regulation, the CFR, and go into the Social Security. They have all their enactment. Their laws are right there stated. This country did not create a national ID and have one person under one nine-digit Social Security number. This country was not set up that way. Even in the Bible, in Luke chapter 2, it speaks of, in the first 3 chapters, speaks of the census. The census, that means they had some type of Social Security system to keep track of individuals. So when everybody's piggybacking on one Social Security number, that means that the government can't keep track who's what. Now, this is Shirai. Go to Luke chapter 2. It's there.